Welcome back. This is episode 2 of the Reflex introduction, and this one is going to cover reflex movement. I'm going to provide a link in the description here that will be a link to a map you can download, and this map I highly recommend. You download it, you stick it in the correct folder, which is the Steam folder, Common Reflex, Internal Maps. Shouldn't be too hard to find. All the rest of the .map files are there as well. So, name of the map is this, Z0_beta. It was made pretty early on, Reflex. A lot of people seem to have forgotten about it. I think it's a wonderful map for teaching people the basics. For starters, start simple. Run speed, about 320 units per second you see down there. As I turn, it goes a little higher. That's not an anomaly of the speedometer. You're actually going faster whenever you turn. So, quick thing. CL show keys 1. Type that in. Now whenever I press keys around my crosshair, you'll see exactly which key I'm pressing. Jump shows up as a J. Attack shows up as an A. So, if I press and hold jump once, doesn't care that I'm still holding it. If I press and hold, or if I press jump, let go, press it again, jumps the second time. So every time you press the jump key, it actually cues it up so that the next time you're touching the ground, it will jump for you. But you need to refresh it after it uses it. So the biggest thing whenever you're new to this genre is you need to make sure you're holding jump before you land. You don't need to time it, so you don't need to go like just pressing it exactly as you land. You just hold it sometime before you land. That's all you need. Anyway, this is important because if you do not hold it in time, you will lose speed. But anyway, 320 units per second walking. There's a technique called wall running. So I'm going to walk up against the wall, hold forward and strafe into it, and then turn. And you see, as I adjust the angle that I'm aiming at the wall, left and right a little, it goes all the way up to 507 is the cap there, if you get the angle perfectly right. But still, it is immensely faster compared to the 320. It's also silent still, so that's wonderful. You can sneak around along walls going pretty fast. The next trick, as you saw whenever I was turning, gain a little bit of speed, and I don't need to be next to a wall. Works even better if I hold a strafe. So I hold forward, left strafe and turn left, forward, right strafe, turn right. So you can go like this, and I'm maintaining well over 320, significantly faster than just walking. And the reason this is important is because this is considered circle jumping. What you do for that is you do that same motion, forward and then turn and jump. And notice 480, 478, 500, 495. So once you have that speed, you can keep jumping, and you maintain it. Even better, once you have that speed, you can keep jumping, hold a strafe, left, turn left. Not only am I turning, I'm gaining speed. This is Quake 1 style bunny hopping. I'm not holding forward. What I've done is I started jumping, I let go forward, I hold only a strafe, and I turn in that direction. If I want to turn in the other direction, I let go of that, change to the other, turn in the other direction. So you have to synchronize which direction you're turning and which strafe key you're holding down. Didn't want to do that. Alright, so next technique. You notice as I'm doing that, I'm gaining speed. It started out at 320, it's already up to like 500. It's not that fast though. There's a faster method to gain speed. This is Quake 3 style strafe jumping. In Quake 3 you hold forward and a strafe, and you gradually turn further in the direction of that strafe. I'm gaining a lot more speed a lot faster. So, forward, jump, hold strafe, turn in the direction of the strafe. And you'll notice in my user interface, I have this little green bar that's showing me that's where I need to be aiming to continue to gain speed. If it's right on it, not quite gaining speed. You have to keep pushing it. If you go too far, it lags behind and says you're turning too fast. I'll provide a link to my user interface here as well. So that is a really handy thing, and if you want to, you'll notice I'm gradually turning in that direction left, but it's not nearly as fast as if I'm just holding left, the Quake 1 style. So Quake 1 is for fast turns and gaining a little bit of speed. Quake 3 style is for gaining a ton of speed, and you can seamlessly switch between the two. And that is the majority of Reflex air movement stuff. The next thing we talk about, though, is double jumps. Double jumps and triple jumps. So whenever you jump, it takes a little bit of time for you to go up in the air and come back down. If you jump and then jump again within 400 milliseconds, which this is not fast enough, then you'll gain extra height. So for example, this stuff here. This is a higher ledge, so I jump, jump. That's higher. So just because there's a ledge I can jump up to, the second jump's going to go higher. These stairs work too, because if you're going fast enough whenever you jump into them, you'll catch on the stair in front of you and lose all your upward velocity, so that means you can jump, jump, and your second jump's higher. So if you don't do the double jump, you can't make it. So, jump, jump. And double jumps and ramps work well. Ramps themselves, if you jump whenever you're going up them, you'll gain a little extra height. If you double jump into them, you'll gain even more height. So this looks really tall. No problem. This is a triple jump. Just as simple as it sounds. Jump, jump, jump. There I am. This is a teleporter jump. I'm going to take this, it'll put me right there. So I jump before the teleporter, jump again. Jump before, jump again. 400 milliseconds is the timing, so you have a little bit of time, not too much. Now this, you'll notice, since this, if I jump, takes me a little higher, this bumps my head. This makes it so I get back to the ground within that 400 millisecond window. Jump, jump. No problem. If you do that without the double jump, cannot make it. So, double jumps are very handy. This little section of the map is for circle jumping, so if you just try to walk forward and jump, you're not going to make this. Maybe you barely can, I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess you can. And then as you go further out here, the pad gets further away. There's no way you can make this without doing a circle jump, which again is forward, left strafe, turn left, and jump. Go further, gets a little further apart there, all the way to this one. I'm probably going to fail this a handful of times here. Oh, second try. I'll take it. Okay, so that's not an easy one. This one will probably take you quite a bit of practice to get to. And the trick to circle jumping is that, let's go to the open area. So I'm turning. If I go too slow, it's still staying near 320. If I speed up, getting closer to 500. If I go too fast, it shoots way down. There is a set amount of speed, rate of turn, that you need to find. So this is a muscle memory thing. Once you have a good sensitivity, mouse sensitivity, you need to find out exactly how fast you need to be moving your hand in order to do that. Practice that motion. That's the best circle jumping you can do. So it's good to stay at a consistent mouse sensitivity for this game just for that purpose. Next ones, these jumps are very simple. You just teleport jump. You jump through the teleporter, you turn, you jump again. Make it a little further apart as you go into this. Whenever you get to these, I suspect this will take you a little bit longer if you're new to the game. And that's a double jump after the, or triple jump technically, because you jump before, jump there, and jump off of that. So, anyway, next one, oh, these are just rocket jumps. I'm not going to go through these. Some of these are pretty straightforward, just teaching you this is what you do to get from place to place. And they're not that involved, but feel free to hop around on these. They're pretty fun. So, there are other great maps to learn trick jumps, but I really do think this map, the Z0 Beta, is probably the best one for beginners. Also of note, this is a little trick in itself. These pads, you touch this jump pad and send you flying forward. So you just hold left strafe and turn. Keep doing this. I find that my mouse sensitivity is actually too slow for these. So as I get closer up to the end here, I don't have enough mouse space to turn. Oh no, I got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's how that one's done. Just hold left strafe, keep jumping, and you'll find your speed goes up, and you just have to keep on aiming it correctly and not going too far. So this is a great map for that stuff. There are other good maps too. A good one that's on practically every server is Reflex Jump. If you're on a server, you can call vote space map space in the map name, and if you do call vote map without an argument, it'll give you a shortened list of the maps on the server. But I'm just going to go to it locally, so nobody's connected to me here. Map Reflex Jump. These are practical jumps on popular maps. Many of them are a little bit too difficult for people who don't have experience in Quake and CPM and Reflex. So if you go to CPM 3, this is a jump where there's a yellow armor right here, there's a rocket launcher there, and this is the mega health. You can do this jump, and for the first jump it's a little difficult for beginners. And this is BDM 3, there's a red armor up here, there's stairs and a rocket launcher, so you go like that. And it just goes from jump to jump to jump. And these are good once you're a little bit better at the movement system, but I wouldn't say you should start out with this one. So, there are tons of other movement maps, but these are two pretty good ones to start out with. Again, Z0 Beta. Hop onto that, mess around with the physics, get used to it. It's a wonderful system. Alright, so with that, that's the end of episode 2. Next episode will be game types.